Thank you. Thank you so much to all of you. And I'll start with the Director General of Maharishi University, Mr. Vice Chancellor, very distinguished panelists, faculty members and deans, and most important, some of the students which I understand are also here. It was learning for me also to a certain extent, and one person, I would like to add his name, who is not here, is Mr. Ajay Singh. I think many of you know him. He is working with TCS, and he is the one who inspired me to be here today. You have already very vibrant and energetic anchor has already told you about my profile. And in my profile, academics, understanding people, interacting with them has been very, very important. And in that direction, I have also been conferred with professorship, which I don't use. And I am, you told about, just to update that, also Secretary to Government of India since last year. Now, it is not easy for me to, because today's meeting represents what I could say 3 sectors. One is HR experts from different companies. Second is the academicians, deans and faculty people of the university. And the third is students. And my message to all of you would be different. And therefore, someone has also said, recited beautiful poetry. So I would start, बात करनी हमें मुश्किल कभी ऐसी तो न थी, जैसी अब है तेरी महफिल कभी वैसी तो न थी. Now, anything, whatever we are doing today, metaverse, AI, many things you have spoken about. Our students, probably 20 years back, these were not even the subjects of your structure. Our faculty also, we were not aware about it. But today we are talking and discussing about it. What does it mean? It means that there is a global process of human evolution. Societies, countries, economies are not today what they were 100 years before. And they will not be what they are today 50 years hence. This is a continuous story of human evolution which is based on domination. Domination has been very structured manner, it has been said in industries. And Industry 4.0. If you see the stages of Industry 1, 2, 3 and now 4.0, you realize only one thing, that the human part, what our Sardarji friend was saying, is becoming, insisting on, is becoming lesser and lesser. More and more the machine, the automation, the ideas are becoming more important. Because this knowledge and the companies, they represent profit motive. Wherever is my profit, I'll work for that. And the organization, the people are trained by the organizations to work toward that. Because any organization beyond a point, it becomes oligarchy. Very few people decide the fate of all. Then in this area of domination, there are 9 technologies which we call the cutting edge technology. If you read the Industry 4.0, the paper was published, and I would request all of you to read it, because that is your future, their future, my future. For me, the future is how to see a long-term stability, strength, upgradation of my country. I remember someone has said, दुनिया के तीर्थों से ऊंचा हो अपना तीर्थ, दामाने आसमां से इसका कलश मिला दे, मिलजुल के हम सब गाएं मंत्र वो मीठे मीठे, सारे पुजारियों को मैं पीत की पिला दें. शक्ति भी शांति भी भक्तों के गीत में है, धरती के वासियों की मुक्ति प्रीत में है. But unfortunately, the word is not so simple. The word is cruel. If everyone has to be successful at the cost of others. In Industry 4.0, soon after that, a vision document came from Xi Jinping as a leader, whatever the adversarial conditions, but as a leader remarkable. He has written a book, and I would request all of you to read that book also. Came out, I think, in 2015, and it was in 2015 that China declared. Because this aspect will show you very clearly the future, where we all are going to enter. He said that our national objective is to participate, is to own, is to partner, is to associate, and to master the 9 main technologies upon which the world future and Industry 4.0 depends. And the reaction was in America. They said, oh my God, we have made this country to supply us cheap consumer non-durable goods. And now they want to master what belongs to me. And from there the war of domination started. The total global GDP today is about $106 or $7 trillion. At the peak of Mughal Empire, we were contributing 28% of global GDP. When the Britishers left, we were contributing 2% of the global GDP. Today, with our GDP of about 3.2 trillion, in the global GDP of 110, we are still not even 3%. So we have to enhance our GDP. How? All the technologies, the 9 key technologies, they are supposed to contribute $15 trillion to the global GDP by the year 2030. What would be my share? Most important thing is vision and innovation. The answer and the challenges of the future cannot be found in the past. Past can only inspire us. Vision, I was very happy to see, I think you, Rajesh, saying I'm a rebel. Be a rebel, because what does rebellion means? You are questioning everything. And without this questioning, without this vision, how can we make the future? How can we make a society, a nation, an economy which is strong? In a country where if you earn 26 rupees per day in rural areas and 32 rupees per day in urban areas, you are not poor. I think we have still benchmarks need to be upgraded. That can only be done if the students who are there, they understand this. When I was in sometime Harvard also, and then I was in Berkeley also. Berkeley is the center of technology. I was amazed so systematically they work. Unfortunately, our industries do not work in that manner. In our industries, the R&D, the innovation part is either franchised or not much. These things are not going to take us long because the coming world is highly, highly competitive. You can see how some of the most established global multinationals have dissipated. Even in India, the blue chips which were there 40 years back, hardly 15% of those blue chips are still existing today, the rest have vanished. Because everything comes with an expiry date, whether it is technology, whether it is companies, whether it is industries. If I am fallacious to believe that I could continue with my old traditional ways, then I am wrong. To develop, to grow, to have vision, to have innovation, to have questioning, to have curiosity, I have to be honest and I have to be realistic. Are these words, metaverse, AI, whatever, have we coined them? And what are we talking? How to adjust ourselves into that? So where is our leadership role? We have to develop that leadership role. I'll just give you an example for your understanding. Let us see the computer industry. Currently, it is about $14 trillion, out of which 65% is hardware. We are not there. The remaining 35% is software. Out of that 35% software, 70% is branded software. 30% is customized software. And there we have a share of 26%. So we need to improve, we need to learn a lot. And I'm very thankful I have read the profile of this university, Maharshi. You are doing a wonderful job by inculcating technology, IT, many things among the younger generations. These are definitely the future of our age, our time. I'm also very thankful. I would love to listen to the faculty also. And this is something, wherever I have been, to be with the students, to be with them, especially in the university, is something which I always relish and cherish and admire. You know. They are perhaps the mind, fresh mind, uncolored. How to let a mind be uncolored is, I think, the biggest education you could have. Don't believe on anything. If you really want to learn the truth, read, and your questioning should be to your books. Your questioning should be to your ideas. The world is divided into two, status quoist forces and dynamic forces. Status quoist forces are usually conformist. I don't have much use for them. I am waiting for, non-conformist, dynamic forces. All of you could be that. All of you could be that. I would give an example, something very personal, how the West works. My nephew, he was from IIT Kanpur Computers. After his BTech, he went to US. Someone was watching him. And then they sent him to Berkeley. They themselves recommended to go to Berkeley to do the PhD. It took 6 years. And the theme was already there, very, very large scale integration, which means changing the hardware. Now, I am supposed to do that, but I don't know why. In every industry, in every students, you should always try to see the question why. For whom? Anyhow, after 5-6 years, he has done his PhD and made that hardware. People were waiting for him with the new software, because that hardware was developed for that software. And what was the idea? The idea was to take your DNA and to divide that nanosecond into 100 part. And then now we have 100 part of a nanosecond. And then I will sequence your DNA. And then based on software, I will try to find out after 40 years, 30 years, when that person would have cancer. Amazing. But the manner in which the education, students, professors, faculty and industry, it's all correlated. This is amazing. This is amazing. And I hope someday our industry would be also in a position to do like that. And therefore, I would urge all the companies here to be in coordination more and more with the students. You tell them what is the market need, and the universities would adjust those market needs in their curriculum, in their syllabus, in their students' minds also. And therefore, probably we could have much more productive output, and it has to be integrated. I mean, your question about reality, I think, building business or something. First of all, I must congratulate you for your spirit that you could not be easily satisfied. But AI is much more than that. How AI works, I'll tell you, because in defense also I have worked on security, and strategy was one of my main theme. You just let me know when I have to stop, okay? So, main theme. If I know my enemy, these are the bases. And I know the equipment you are flying, these equipment. I will capitalize on all the data available, collect them, collate them. And then I know if you start at this time, how long it will take to go to airborne, then to come to me and attack me. And I found out the time is 30 minutes, which means that if I place on the space certain CMP, magnetic pulse weaponry, which is already developed, and the moment they will start, I will not give them 30 minutes. I will give them less than 1 minute. Everything is dead on the ground. You cannot fly your plane. Every communication is gone, finished. So this is the new type of warfare, what we are, we may or someone have to face. The 80s warfare has gone, what was in Iraq and here and there. Now new weaponry, new things are coming up, because we are not different from the global, what is happening globally. We are a subset of that. If you see the expansion of China, they have been able to bring Saudi and Iran together. What does it mean? Their expertise is in logistics, infrastructure, and manufacturing, which means that they have now created an alternative route to South China. Things will go by road and by rail to Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Europe. On the other hand, it will come down to whole of the Arabian Peninsula, and another ring will go to Egypt. So what is there for me in commerce now? What would our companies do? You go and try to understand and see. In all these major developments, commercial development, because commerce is everything which is deciding the studies, the future, the student mind. And students, you should also have in your mind your superiority. A mind which should not be defeated by anything which may be imposed. I would suggest try to be out of the animal training. Try to be yourself. You are the most important person. And instead of thinking how to be employed, start working on how to give employment to others. This will change your status, this will change my country, and this will change everything. We need that. When I was in the US, there was some woman, and she was a Jew, and she told me, we don't work for employment. We work how to employ others. Without understanding the international finance and banking and all other system, how they work, our industries cannot sustain long. Because the profitability part, what you are thinking, you are actually racing with the banking and the financial arrangement, which would be fallacy. What is happening today is we are at a very critical moment of global development. Probably the world is redefining itself. So we need to think and to see where we would stand in future. If we don't do this, probably we will be doing injustice to ourselves. Because you must also understand, India as a nation, probably I compare only 3 countries to India: USA, China, and Russia. Russia, the economy is small, 2.5 trillion, but the military equipments, technology, and many things are far, far important. They call themselves like second assurance. So only these 3 countries. Rest, whether it is France or England or European countries, are not comparable to India. The potentials we have, the resources we have, and the biggest resource is you all, human beings. This is our biggest resource. And Maharishi University is doing a work toward that, so all kudos to you, and I deeply appreciate it. And then I have met the Vice Chancellor and the DG. Chancellor, unfortunately, is not here. I know Ajay also very well.
You are a member of our academic also.
Yes, yes. And the common thing among them is humbleness, humility, and the idea always to amend, to correct, and to learn more. I think it is this part which many of you have been saying as upgradation, upskilling. Remember that the companies who represent, they are working for the profit motive of their companies, you know. And your end as a student is not to contribute to the profit motive of others. Your idea should be how to make yourself more profitable. And to that extent, there's a clash between the interest of the two, you know. I would say that try to have that clash very organized manner, in very gentle manner. And I think in the heart of heart, everyone understands that. But again, all my deep appreciation to the students, to the faculty, and to the HR experts from so many. I was able to learn, and you must keep your rebellious streak alive, you know. And thank you so much.